Hello everyone, I have a walkthrough on how to beat this week's weekly mutation that has special delivery. Amon will stop at nothing to destroy you. Even in death, his minions strike back at you with a final devastating gambit. Keep your distance as you dispatch your foes, or you might join them in defeat. This is on the Void Launch Co-op mission. The first mutation is aggressive deployment. Additional enemy units are periodically deployed onto the battlefield. Which, by the way, this is extremely annoying. You're not going to want to deal with this, but you have to. Okay, the second one is self-destruction. Enemy units explode and deal damage to nearby player units upon death. And the third is alien incubation. All enemy units spawn broodlings upon death. There's a possible 185,000 bonus experience by beating this on brutal difficulty. I played as Karax on this, and my teammate is going to play as Stukov. So for power set 1, I used combat unit resource cost. Power set 2, which was a silly choice. I can't believe I didn't change this. But we still won. Either way, yeah, for power set 1, I use combat unit resource cost. Do not do that. Put everything into structure, life, and shields for this strategy. For power set 2, use repair beam healing rate. And then for power set 3, put everything into initial and maximum Spear of Adun energy. Okay, we'll hop into that replay. Okay, so my teammate was Hypernut. And Hypernut has a YouTube channel. Make sure to go check him out. And his YouTube channel is spelt the same way as you can see it right here on the screen. So yeah, make sure to go check out his YouTube channel. He's very good, honestly. I mean, he was showing me up. It's kind of like when I play with the Overmind, how the Overmind always, not always, but almost always carries me. Hypernut definitely knows how to play co-op missions pretty well. And so we beat this with Karax and Stukov this first time, but then I tried to play as Vorzan, and oh man, I just kept on messing up over and over, and I could tell I was definitely being carried a little bit by Hypernut there. So I have some things to work on a little bit with Vorzan against this mutation. But I wouldn't suggest playing as Vorzan, I would suggest playing as Karax. So that's my advice there. Okay, so what we're doing right now, and it's not going to be, you know, as concrete as other walkthroughs you're going to see, because there's a couple slip-ups here against that alien incubate or aggressive deployment mutation that'll get us a couple times. But yeah, just pumping out probes and threw down a pylon at 15 supply, and then now we're dropping down our forge and now an assimilator here. And I'm going to save up some energy and eventually clear out these rocks. And then once we got those rocks cleared out, we're going to expand. No, my fault is when I expand, I don't put defenses down at my expansion. For some reason, I just assumed that, because this was my very first time playing through this, I just assumed that no enemies were going to spawn at the expansion. I thought they were all going to come from this way, north of the map. But no, they ended up spawning right behind my mineral line about 2 or 3 separate times, and then I lost all my probes over and over. So yeah, you just got to make sure to be aware of that and get defenses up early to defend against early aggression here. And then Hypernut, he's going to be taking care of all of our aggression because we are going to get all the bonus objectives. Honestly, I really don't think it's necessary for you to get the bonus objectives when you're playing the weekly mutation. If you're going to lose a mutation because you're going for the bonus objectives, kind of defeats the purpose of doing the weekly mutation, because the mutation gives you, you know, you end up getting over 200,000 experience by beating it on brutal difficulty. So yeah, he asked for bonuses here, and we do get them. We get all 3 of them. But the thing is, it's just like if you can't and you're struggling, don't waste your time trying to get them, because you only get 4,000 total bonus experience by getting the bonuses. It really doesn't add up in ratios here. So percentage-wise, it's such a tiny percentage, it's not worth it. And Hypernut completely takes care of this first wave for us, so we've got that handled. I'm going to start hammering away at these rocks with my Sentinel, and I'm going to use our energy that we had up here with the Spear of Adun, and we're going to call down a bunch of orbital strikes with that F4 hotkey. Now we can expand. We've got 800 minerals. I should have spent some of them a little sooner, and I probably should be throwing down, you know, some more gateways and maybe even some defense. Right now would be a good time to throw down defenses here and here. So that's my advice to you. Do this instead of what I'm doing right now. Expand and then throw down like a pylon here, pylon there, then throw down photon cannons and shield batteries. And if you can, try to wall off your photon cannons from being attacked by those little, what are they called? Broodlings. yeah, try to wall off your or photon cannons from being attacked by those broodlings, because everything dies and it has that self-destruction mutation, and that will blow up all of your photon cannons. And here we go. Yep, very first wave. It's only 3 Reapers, but they spawned right behind my Sentinel. I wasn't paying attention. Hypernut was on top of this and took care of it, but yeah, just like that, they spawn right back here, and just by spawning right back here, it'll get right into your mineral line and take out all of your probes. And if your economy is ruined, the rest of your match is ruined essentially, because you can't make, or you can't keep making units if you don't have anything to produce those units with. Okay, now we're just hammering away at this other rock right here, hammering away at that ice. Actually, it's not rocks, I guess, it's ice on this map. Okay, and now I'm just dropping a couple orbital strikes to help Hypernut deal with this enemy aggression. And he still has his Apocalypse life, so it's able to do some more damage. Just a single Marauder left, and he should be able to handle it. His infested colonist compound was able to take care of all of that. Okay, now I'm starting to build some photon cannons and shield batteries right at our warp conduit right here.
Multiple shuttle launches bearing for the central warp conduit. Destroying
and
them
yeah, all 3 will be coming straight to here. As always, very normal intro to this co-op mission here. Okay, now I'm starting to get really good economy here, but this is where you're going to see in just a moment here, another enemy wave's going to drop down right about, right actually in my supply line. And because I had no photon cannons, I'm going to lose all of this. I chrono waved and had a really good economy coming in here, and then there comes this enemy wave, and it just ruined me. It was honestly quite disappointing. And then I missed my orbital strike. It was real sloppy intro. So yeah, like I'm saying, if you're going to be playing this mutation, my advice, build those defenses right on the back of the supply line, and then right here as well. If you have a couple photon cannons, they'll be able to shoot, and then they'll distract any type of units that drop in on your supply line. They'll go for your defenses instead of your probes in that case. And make sure to pull your probes off of this, or supply line, I mean mineral line. Make sure to pull your probes off of the mineral line, because if you don't, once again, that self-destruction mutation is going to kill your units. Okay, now Hypernut is currently working on clearing out this first bonus objective area. If you do want to get the bonuses, you gotta work a little bit early on this. At least one of you needs to be working on being aggressive, and one of you should be working on being defensive. But if you don't care about the bonus objectives, both of you can focus on being defensive, and honestly, that would probably give you a better chance of winning this mutation if you don't go for those bonuses. Just both of you working on defense. I think honestly, Karax and Swan would probably be a good combo for this mutation as well. But honestly, Stukov, if you go all infested bunkers, not pure infested bunkers, but like use infested bunkers and infested siege tanks, really good defensive strategy for this mutation. And you'd probably want to get some infested marines, because those guys can provide AA for you. And then once again, no defenses still. It's like I didn't learn or something here. So yeah, here's the 3rd time that the enemy has landed at this expansion here, and now I lost all my probes once again, and I'm just about to lose this Nexus, and I think Hypernut ends up saving the day. Oh no, I guess I called down some orbital strikes here. And there's still a broodling there, and a broodling right here. Beautiful thing about Karax though is that you've got, you know, constant energy coming in, so you can always take care of minor enemies that are trying to take you out. Okay, and I'm finally will start getting upgrades in a little bit here. I guess not yet. Oh, I'm using Solar Lance to help out my teammate. Oh no, actually I take it back. Purifier Beam right now. Using the Purifier Beam because there's, I think, a couple hybrids that were smacking away at that bonus objective. So I called down the Purifier Beam, and because it moves so fast, I bring it all the way over here to burn those shuttles just a little bit, and then I use some of the energy with orbital strikes to take out the rest of those shuttles. So because of that sloppy start, you can just see how my economy is struggling right now. And I've been barely hanging on here with Hypernut just because I've that extra energy, and it's helping a ton with taking out those shuttles. Okay, now I'm finally starting to do it. Okay, so what you can see right here, this is important. Oh, let's see what's going on over here. Enemy wave spawned in. Okay, so what you can see over here, I've got this pylon in the back, so the pylon's not going to get focused down. Then I've got a shield or photon cannon right here, and then I've got shield batteries right in front of both of these photon cannons, or in front of this single photon cannon. So this photon cannon is completely walled off. Any of those little broodlings, they're not going to be able to get to this photon cannon. And then same thing here, I don't think this probe can actually get through this gap right here. So another photon cannon which is walled off on this side, and then we put a shield battery right here that walls off that photon cannon. If you wanted, you could probably do the same thing right here with these photon cannons, but honestly, I mean, it doesn't matter that much. The main thing is that you get these guys walled off. I probably should have put an extra photon cannon right here as well.
Our structure should research and create units.
Okay, we have a hybrid right down here, so just going to go ahead and finish that off. Hypernut has some infested bunkers here that'll be able to take that out just fine. Then I'm finally getting solar efficiency level 2, I think that is. Yep, got solar efficiency level 2. I'm finally getting optimized ordnance. I should have been getting these upgrades a long time ago, but yeah, once again, bad economy at the start. But yeah, this is about all you need. I would suggest putting a couple photon cannons and shield batteries right here as well for when either the enemy drops here, or if an enemy wave just comes in, like kind of from this direction and comes towards your expansion. Then yeah, actually, like just like this, enemy wave came in kind of from this direction. Was going to hit my expansion, but Hypernut was able to intercept it. And yeah, we were able to get away with that. These liberators are kind of annoying. If you're paying close attention, try to orbital strike down these liberators, just because their range is kind of decent in some cases. Like, I think right there, if the liberator sieged up right here, it could have been hitting this infested bunker without those marines even shooting back. Or infested troopers, I mean. They're called different if they're created from the infested bunkers. Okay, got another enemy wave coming in here. I think I called down a couple photon cannons on these, or orbital strikes on these guys, but I really didn't need to because we have enough defenses here to take care of it. I should have, oh yeah, here we go, I mean. I end up using my orbital strikes to take out that hybrid and then also take out the Banshee. The those orbital strikes should be used to take out the enemies if your defenses are already focused on those shuttles. If it looks like the shuttles are getting away without being touched by your defenses, then I would focus your orbital strikes on the shuttles. And you can actually, if you want, you can manually click on your photon cannons and focus down those shuttles. But yeah, I would, given how fast you have to react sometimes, I would just focus on using your orbital strikes on one or the other. Okay, and now I'm creating some extra probes right now because I keep on losing probes as I'm trying to create defenses all over the place. So that is why I've got this surplus right here, 18 over 15, and then same here. I think I must not be doing it yet, but eventually I'm going to rally my probes to like right here, and I'll just have them sitting so I know which ones are the extra. And then, like I was just saying a second ago, should have built some defenses right here because that enemy wave came in and started attacking my Nexus. But Hypernut was on top of it, and he used that infested structure ability and was able to take out that enemy wave.
I have detected an incoming enemy attack. They are moving swiftly.
Okay, now we've got a big enemy wave coming in here, a lot of Reapers, and there's going to be a lot of units coming with these shuttles right here. Got another one coming over here. We're currently working on getting advanced repair systems. I believe it's, yeah, advanced repair systems, yep. And then we're also getting that reclamation ability, which I should have used in this mutation, but I don't really use very much at all. And now we're getting enhanced targeting. That ability, if I recall, yep, my turrets gain +2 range, and I believe shield batteries gain +2 range as well. Right here, these photon cannons are getting kind of dangerously close, so it would be a really good time to call down some orbital strikes, and I think I do that in just a moment to help ensure they don't get through. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, doesn't look like I called any through, but they got destroyed anyway. And I'm also using some energizers now. I'm going to warp in energizers, and then what I do is I turn them into, let's see here, when I warp in another energizer, I can remember what it's called. I think it's called phasing mode. Anyways, in phasing mode, you create a you project a field around this energizer that you can warp units in, and then they're not going to move. So they're going to be using that chrono beam, and it'll just affect whatever's right next to this energizer. That helps so that your energizers don't run into enemy forces and try to attack them. They just stay stationary with your defenses and work quite well. And let's see here. Yeah, phase mode. Okay, now we got 3 waves coming in from here. Best thing you can do in this case is to try and use your orbital strikes early on these shuttles and enemy waves, or Solar Lance. Solar Lance is a really good one too, and I'll probably be using that more often pretty quick here too. But yeah, try to bomb these enemy waves before they get to here, because once they're all side by side, it's going to be real nasty to deal with. Oh, and we got enemy nukes being called in here. And then what I'm doing with these defenses here, I'm basically trying to set up shield batteries in the front. I'm pretty much using photon cannons everywhere, and I'll throw down a couple of K-Darren monoliths. They'll be beneficial, but I probably should have thrown down even more of them. It's just low minerals, but high gas. I just didn't. They're expensive, so I was trying to, you know, build more defenses rather than buy the big expensive stuff. They're very helpful for that high damage, of course, against these hybrid nemesises, though. Okay, and then right here, I'll probably call down a couple more orbital strikes. Nope, actually, I don't think so, because these guys are going to go down. And I think I used some energy over here just a moment ago.
They picked the wrong fight.
And as you can tell now, at this point, I'm finally starting to catch up a little bit more. So was struggling a lot before, but yeah, now actually starting to pick it up because we've got good economy going here. It has been going good for a while, and actually have, you know, a couple gateways down, turn them into warp gates, and I have some defenses set up in front of 2 of these warp conduits right now. And eventually I'm going to set up a couple more, or actually quite a bit more defenses over here to help out my teammate. Hypernut had very good defense over here. I mean, this is awesome. Look at all these infested bunkers, plus the turrets, infested missile turrets incorporated with those. And then on the back of this, he also threw down a bunch of infested bunkers and more missile turrets back here, just to help take out those shuttles as they come. And then he's incorporated a bunch of missile turrets right here as well, and some more infested bunkers. So yeah, you just gotta... He's being very aggressive and defensive at the same time. He's doing a rather good job. Okay, now we got a huge wave coming in here. I think this time I will be using Solar Lance. Here, let's see what else. I should be getting shield upgrades. I accidentally chose ground weapon upgrades. I don't know. I was all over the place on this one. But yeah, so I should be getting shield upgrades, shields level 1, and then we'll eventually get shields level 2 and level 3. I'll be getting that pretty soon here, just not yet. And now I'm using Solar Lance. I'm using it in this direction like that because all the enemies were coming in, you know, from the top down here. So I'm just trying to take out as many as I can in that path, that diagonal path. And now I'm just bombing down all of the enemy wave, because I prefer to spend the energy on taking out the enemy wave instead of it damaging our defenses. Then our defenses will be able to take care of these shuttles. Okay, got another big wave, well, sort of big wave coming in down here. But we have a bunch of defenses in place. I've got some K-Darren monoliths down again. We have a bunch of energizers speeding everything up, so improved attack speed, and Hypernut's pulling in all of his infested troopers and infested civilians, and they're taking out the rest of the stuff. And Hypernut already took out, or cleared out this area for our bonus objective, but it is going to be getting attacked by an enemy wave in just a moment here. And he was able to call his Apocalypse skin just in time. I'm going to activate Chrono Wave, and we got Phase Detonation I'm getting now, and Solar Flare. Since we finally have Solar Efficiency level 3, everything else is done there. We've gotten both the upgrades from the Twilight Council, which is, I can't remember what the other one was called. Something Energizer, let's see here. Rapid Recharging, yep, got Rapid Recharging and then Reclamation. Which, by the way, one more time, you should definitely use your Reclamation ability on these battle cruisers. Battle cruisers are ideal units to steal from the enemy wave. They're big, they have a ton of hit points, and they take a long time for your defenses to kill. So if you use your Reclamation ability to take them, then you just don't have to worry about your defenses targeting them down, and then they'll assist you too. They'll distract the enemy for longer. So yeah, really good units to steal from the enemy battle cruisers. And they're 3-3 at this point. 3-3-3 at this point, actually. And is this the final wave? I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I think it is. But anyway, yeah, just make sure to bomb down the enemy units now, as long as the shuttles look like they are going down. If the shuttles are getting too close, focus your energy on the shuttles instead. And there you have it. I think that is GG. Yes, it is. And I think I say rip peace here because this one was so intense. Just because, mostly because of that initial start to it. If I didn't have that sloppy start 3 times in a row, then it would have gone a lot smoother. But, you know, and then another note is this was my very first time playing the weekly mutation and we won. So what can you do, I guess, right? So I hope this was helpful for all of you. Thanks again, Hypernut. That was super awesome. You're a great player, and he gives some really good advice too. I don't know if he gives commentary on his videos or not, but he definitely could give some good advice. He's a smart guy, seems like. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Leave a like if you liked the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.